Here we go. Hi.
Nuke the fridge. Is that what it is?
Yeah, Nuke the Fridge is I don't know if you're familiar with Indiana Jones, but the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull when he got on the refrigerator to avoid a nuclear blast. Remember that scene?
Oh yeah, that very realistic moment. I
Yeah,
remember.
yeah. It became an internet meme before memes were even a thing. So we decided to go with that name since all names are taken. So right? So
All right. Louis, you may go ahead.
Kevin, thanks for spending your time here with Nuke the Fridge. I enjoyed the film, man. What a great accomplishment. But I want to ask you, how the heck did you get such a cast like that? I mean, you had like top-notch people. How difficult was
Because it was a great story. It's a true story, and it's an inspiring story. I was so lucky. I couldn't believe it with Jodie Foster. She doesn't act very much anymore. She's so fussy. She said to me, I've been acting since I was 3 years old. I've done it all. It has to be something really special for me to want to do this. And this is the first time actually she's ever played a real character, she told me, except for Anna in The Queen and the King and I, whatever it was called, that she did years ago, which I guess that was a real character, but like 150 years ago. But so she met with the real Nancy Hollander, the real lawyer who's in this, and she loved her. And she came out to South Africa and hung out with us for a couple of months. That was great. Benedict Cumberbatch, he was also a producer on this. He actually was the one who sent me the book originally that it's based on. And, again, he was just so committed to that character. He plays a lawyer, a Southern, very kind of right-wing Christian kind of guy, something very far away from Benedict, who's very British and upper class and all that. But he does a remarkable job. Shailene Woodley, she has a small role in this film. She said to me, she read it and she said, I love this. And I wanted to be a part of it. No matter how small this role is, even if it's just like 2 pages, I'm in. So everyone responded to the script. They responded to the real Mohamedou. They spoke to Mohamedou, who the film is about, who's played by Tahar Rahim, who you might know from A Prophet, which is a great French gangster movie set in prison. He's an old friend of mine. We worked together years ago on a Channing Tatum movie called The Eagle. And I got together the dream cast. They're phenomenal, and I hope an audience follows them to watch this film.
That should be a tagline, the Dreamcast, because that was pretty damn good. Mohamedou, was he directing or consulting, Rahim's acting at all? Was he involved on set?
No, not so much, but they talked a lot beforehand by Skype, Zoom. Mohamedou is still in Mauritania. Tahar Rahim lives in Paris, and they talked a lot. And then Mohamedou did actually come down to South Africa. It was the first place he's been actually since he was released from Guantánamo. You imagine he came down. He was on a movie set with Jodie Foster. He's a big movie fan, Mohamedou, because the guards gave him all sorts of movies to watch after a certain amount of time. He was allowed a DVD player, and they showed him all the movies you imagine 19-year-old Marines watch. And so he only knew Jodie from later in her career, but he was very excited, and he said, Jodie, I love you in Maverick. And I'm like, Maverick? You like her in Maverick? But that's, for him, that was the great Jodie Foster movie.
Oh, that's awesome. So it's based on the Guantánamo Diaries, right? How difficult was it truncating the story into 2 hours, right? Because it's a span of many, many years, the entire story. How difficult was it to truncate it? And
that was really hard. That was really hard because not only is it Mohamedou's story, but it's the story of his legal team and the team trying to prosecute him. And so there's 3 different main characters to it. There's 3 different timelines to it. So it's very complex, but I think actually people don't really notice that, but it is a very complex structure. And that structure is used because it takes place over such a long period. And in fact, we really only tell the story from when Mohamedou arrives in 2002 in Guantanamo until about 2007, when he won his case to be released. And then, well, I won't spoil it, but that's basically the period that we cover, 2007, 2008. That's the problem with history. It's not that neat.
Yeah, well, look, I want to thank you. We got to wrap up. Unfortunately, we're out of time. We cover a lot of geek news, but this one is going to interest everyone. You got Zachary Levi in there for a bit. Shazam, come on.
Levi. We talk about Zachary Levi. We love Zach.
Yeah. Thank you very much for spending the time. Congratulations on the film. It's awesome. Very well made. Thank you.
Great to talk to you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.